Are you someone who would like to start investing but feel intimidated by how expensive it seems? Don't get me wrong, it can be pricey, but there are affordable options out there and I'm here to teach you all about it. Hi everybody, my name is Michalis and welcome back to Naga's channel. I'm the market analyst here and today we're going to talk about what you didn't know about budget-friendly ways of investing. Unfortunately, nobody is talking about this and giving solutions to beginners. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notifications to never miss a new episode. Let's go. Investments can be expensive, and this is a big issue for young investors. Why should the upper class and older generations get access to the most sought after investments? There's also the misconception that in order to invest, you must have a lot of money. For example, Bitcoin is priced at $21,000. The Nasdaq at the moment is more than $12,000, and for an investment property, you need a minimum deposit of $50,000. For sure, this is out of the reach of most young investors. But even if they do, normally they're faced with hefty fees. Unfortunately, school does not prepare us for this reality, nor does it give us solutions. So let's look at some solutions. With some investments such as Bitcoin or shares, you are able to purchase a fraction of the asset at a lower price. This can solve the issue of having to spend a large amount of capital just to take your first step in the financial investment market. However, with a lot of investments, purchasing a fraction is not an option. And unfortunately, this is not available for some of the most successful investments such as the S&P 500, Nasdaq, and the DAX. Also, fractional shares sometimes can take longer to turn back into cash. But don't get your hopes up just yet. There is another amazing option which we haven't mentioned yet.
Oh my God, okay, it's happening.
An ETF has been designed specifically for investors to benefit from investments which normally would be out of their budget. Also, ETFs have been introduced to allow investors to invest in a diversified fund. This means it's in a much lower risk asset category. Okay, so that sounds nice, but what exactly is an ETF? An ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund, and these first started in 1990. An ETF is an asset which invests in many different assets and shares the cost between the ETF investors. This way, instead of having to buy the Nasdaq for $14,000, you are able to share the cost and the profit amongst other investors. This still allows you to invest and benefit from the investment, but just at a lower cost. For example, an ETF may have 2 Nasdaq indices, 2 DAX indices, and 2 FTSE 100 indexes. So the fund will be approximately around 75,000, and the ETF may have 1,000 shares. This means that the ETF share will only cost you $75. $75 sounds a lot better than $75,000 to me, and you're still investing in the exact same assets. So what are the benefits of an ETF? The first thing is that it is a cheaper option to invest in the same assets. They have a much lower fee than buying individual stocks and generally have less broker fees. The second is that it is already diversified, meaning you don't have to think about how to diversify your portfolio. Also, buying many stocks in order to diversify again can be very expensive. So we've solved another issue here. And the last is that it opens up more doors for investors with smaller budgets. This is some of the reasons why the amount invested in ETFs have actually doubled since 2018. Another thing to note about ETFs is that they may invest funds in other asset categories. Yes, that's right. ETFs don't only invest in stocks. An ETF can invest in bonds, commodities, renewable energies, or even real estate. Some ETFs even offer a mixture of different categories. So how do new investors get access to ETFs or fractional shares? Well, it's simple. ETFs and fractional shares are both traded on the stock exchange. So your broker will be able to provide you direct access to both investment products. So we have a couple of options for investors looking to minimize the cost of investing. If you are new to trading, you probably are slightly anxious about it and looking to minimize the cost at the beginning, which is really important to you. Or possibly you simply do not want investing to be affecting your monthly budget, for example, mortgages, holidays, and saving contributions. Fractional investments and ETFs are definitely some great options for you to consider, which allows investors to minimize the cost and to diversify. And remember, whatever we say here should not be considered as financial advice. Always make sure you do your own research before getting into an investment. That's all for today. Class dismissed.